Apparently everyone is out of quarantine except me because wearing a mask, just an accessory now. I have nothing to do. The most interesting thing that's happened is like I have a pimple that's like migrating around my face. Like one day it's over there, one day it's over there. You didn't need to see that. I don't know why I showed you. I'm so bored that I'm sleeping early for fun. I slept at 9 p.m. last night just to spice things up a little bit. I'm solving my family's WhatsApp riddles. That's when you know it's bad. Since quarantine's like officially over, I figured I would just do a little quarantine reflection. Just a little update of how I have grown, how I have become a worse person over quarantine, because honestly, I feel like I was about to glow up. I know I joke about glowing up all the time, but like if it's gonna happen, it has to happen now. I'm literally gonna turn 60 and I'm gonna be like, where's my glow up? Like, when is it gonna happen? You come home and you just automatically assume the role of middle school. Anyway, on to the reflections. Number one, my friends are so fucking annoying. I will text them and they will not text me back until like 2 days later. What are you doing? You literally have no excuse. How dare you have a life outside of this relationship? How dare you actually have other friends? How dare you have fun? Think about me. Be a little less selfish now. Come on. Realization number two, I ain't shit either. I have such a toxic trait of like, I can cut people off so easily. You could upset me like once, I won't initiate another conversation. I will not try. As soon as I see something wrong with you, that is the defining characteristic I see you as. If you complain to me a lot, I'll be like, oh, she's a victim. If you show up late to everything, I'm like, oh, you don't care about my time. I over exaggerate every single action anyone does, and I take it so personally. It's become so much worse over quarantine because I have nothing else to do but overthink. Every single text, I'm like, what did you mean by that? Or like, why didn't you respond earlier? You know when you text a group chat and then nobody responds, but as soon as one person responds, everybody else responds? Why? Did you need their permission? Are they the ringleader that you all follow around? And then I get offended. Like, I don't even look at their response. I'm just like, oh, fuck off. Whatever. I'll respond in 2 days' time too. And I don't understand this whole thing of like, match their energy. It never works out where they're like, oh, rats, I should be nicer to EASHA. No, they just stop caring because I stopped caring first. I cut them off. I take the initiative to just like not see them as a human being. I'm a piece of garbage. Like, who am I to judge other people based on like their one characteristic that might not even be a flaw? It's just like inconvenient to me. I suddenly act like so high and mighty. I think I got this from my dad. Just like this over psychoanalyzing every single person I meet. I make really good friends and then it never lasts. I just had this realization, like, I did not have a lot of hometown friends to contact because I just figured, oh my god, I'm gonna leave, never come back. Let's cut everyone off. Again, with the whole like toxic, just cutting people off for the sake of it, but I keep them at like a distance. Or like I always have this idea of how they should be and how they're not like meeting up to that. There's no history behind it. There's nothing like holding me back. I think I have commitment issues. Oh my god, I think I have commitment issues. This is the root of all my problems. Guys, I figured out life. I figured out what's wrong with me. I'm so like invulnerable. I've been doing a lot of meditating and I don't know, just like reading a bunch of spiritual shit. My aura is off. My aura is just not aligned, and I really thought quarantine would like help me figure out and reflect. But I think if anything, it just made it a whole lot worse because I'm so stuck with myself. There's no one to keep me in check. I'm just with myself being like, yeah, EASHA, show them who's boss. Dig into your convictions. And it's like, what convictions? For what? I'm just gonna grow up and like die alone. Oh my god, that got so dark. Let's not manifest that. Manifestation, that's like a new thing too. I feel like everyone is manifesting. I think it's just so funny how we as a generation, you can find somebody cute and be so socially anxious to even walk up to them and say hi or even like ask for their number or anything. But you will go home and you will manifest that for like 3 months. That's what I'm learning. People will resort to witchcraft before they resort to like face-to-face communication. I think that says a lot. I think it's, I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing. And I think I'm just like really over social media at this point. I'm still gonna use it. I think it's useful, but online messaging in a nutshell is basically, oh, let's hang out. Yeah, we should. And that just ping pong until you die and you never actually meet. Next thing that I learned is that colleges are so dumb. They don't even know how to like write a good email. You know how much time I spend writing to teachers and making sure they explain everything? I will attach PDFs. I will attach photos of my fucking face so they know who it is. I will attach an MP3 song so they get in the mood of my email and understand what I'm trying to say. And these colleges who are literally extorting thousands and thousands of dollars from these students who are responsible for the next 4 years of these people's lives can't even write me an email explaining what you're thinking about doing for the next year. All the emails are like, we have plans to make plans about the plans that are planning to plan. What? What plans? What are you doing? What is happening? I still have no idea. Most of the classes are online. Why am I paying so much money to go to University of Arizona? I would have gone to University of Arizona if I wanted to go to University of Arizona. We are all going to the same Zoom university and paying different amounts of money for like some stupid name. I didn't even know if I'm gonna make friends because everyone's taking a gap year. I should have just taken a gap year this year. Like, why did I decide to do it when I don't know. Ugh. You know what the biggest thing I realized? Being an adult does not make you smarter or wiser. As you can see through the BLM movement, as you can see through the coronavirus, how Karens are handling it, not wearing a mask, even though it's like the easiest thing to do, and the fact that we as a generation have to like step up for their mistakes. Our idea of success is so based on how they will react to it. Like if one grandma tells me that I'm being illogical, my dentist always complains about me doing music. And I'm like, bro, you don't know me. She'll be like in my teeth and she'll be like, I don't know, you should find something more secure. I'm like, you're literally smelling my bad breath right now. I didn't ask for your opinion. Being alone and not being with friends, I have never been the type of person to have a big group of friends. I think I've always had like one or two close friends at most. And even still, it could have been questionable. People are so uncomfortable with being alone. I didn't understand why people were being reckless and careless, just going out hanging out with friends when they didn't need to be. I thought it was just so selfish, but I think it is a form of self-preservation. They just don't know any way to live with their thoughts, and friendships for them are like a distraction. It's just a way for you to put off confronting your own insecurities and your own fears and stuff like that. But you have to be uncomfortable to grow. Okay, Tony Robbins. I don't know why I became a motivational speaker there, but you know what I mean? Like, if you're alone, that's fine. If you don't have like the biggest group of friends, that's fine. I don't know. You should just feel good about yourself and make sure that like you're doing what you want. And you don't have to talk every day to like keep in touch. I had to like process that, was that just because someone is not calling you or texting you every day, which I don't do, like I will not text more than maybe like once a month, like doesn't mean they don't care for you. It just means like your relationship is strong enough that you can just like come back and it's fine. I had like such a big fear of missing out, and it's kind of gone now. I'm just realizing like, you know what, especially with quarantine and the people who just had zero consideration for other people, and this whole epiphany of people use friendship as a distraction. Like they don't really want to get anything out of it. They want to get away from something else. You don't want to associate with those people. Like you do not want those people in your life, and you don't want them bringing you down. I've always had like disappointed expectations of, you know, being young and going on adventures and like doing all this rebellious stuff. And at this point, like I'm kind of numb to it. You just see movies and you're just realizing like that's not how it works. That's not how life is, and that's not the only way to be fulfilled in yourself and feel like you're using your youth usefully. I don't know if like younger people watch this, but embrace being a loser. It's fine. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying I'm a loser. I don't know why I said that. I get so anxious about 4 months passing me by and like not being able to do anything with them. I feel like I'm wasting them just sitting at home, which I'm not. I'm still doing stuff. I just put so much pressure on myself to live this one way and have this one idea of like successful living. And for me, that's like being in Nashville, actually being in the music scene. It sucks when you can't be independent and you can't follow the plan that you always thought you had. But at the same time, why did you have that plan? Why were you so contingent on having control and these certain things happening to you for you to be happy? Like, why can't you just be happy? That's like such a big thing, is I've always felt like I had to deserve to be happy. I have always had to accomplish things to be happy, or I've always had to get approval and validation. I don't know. I had this vision and I was like, oh damn, like I wish maybe in another life I could be a surf instructor in New Zealand. And then I was like, why not? I'm an able-bodied 19-year-old girl. Like I could go to New Zealand and become a surf instructor if I really wanted to. If you want to go to Thailand and become like a monk, do it. And there's so much hype around those kinds of things. Like you feel like you have to commit your whole life to it. But why should you have to? Like I should be able to meditate in India for 1 week. I just have so many plans post-quarantine that I would not have even thought of doing before. Yeah, moral of the story, do whatever you want. Who cares? Life is short. Pandemics are real. Black Lives Matter. Bye.